everyone, it's Tiffany and Ben here with Carolina Wild Harvest, and today we are going to be planting our fall garden. Well, actually we planned the fall garden. We're going to be going through our plans with you, everything we want to plant out, everything that's on the plan here, that we have a nice little map, just much like our spring garden plan. We'll go through some of the seeds that we will be planting out. So let's just get started.
Dive in. Okay, so here's some stuff that we're gonna be planting out soon for our fall garden. We got some new seeds that we're gonna be trying out. You might have seen them in one of our seed hauls recently. So what are we starting with here? So firstly, we planted out some turnips. So Tiffany wanted to try some turnips. I've only really grown radishes in the past for root crops like that. So we're going to try out some turnips. We got those in a few different spots here in the main garden. So that's turnips. What's next?
The Thai long bean.
Thai purple potted long bean. So we've got a few, what would you call them?
Structures.
Yeah, structures. We took some bamboo that we got for free and just set that up as a little lean-to to grow some of these beans up. So we've got one set of these purple potted yard-long beans, and we've also got another long bean, the Chinese mosaic. So we've got another similar lean-to structure for that. And then, yeah, we've got some dragon tongue beans. I've heard really good things about these, so I wanted to try these out. So we're gonna see how they do in the fall here for us. And then we got some garbanzo beans. I've definitely never grown these before and thought they'd be cool to try out. We're not really sure how many days to maturity and stuff like that, but we're gonna give them a shot and see what they do in the garden.
Yep, so we have it all planned out where we're going to put it and everything. We've cleared out, if you've been watching the garden walk videos, you know, but we've cleared out most of the corn, all of the corn. And that's kind of where it's all mainly going, aside from the turnips, I think, right?
Yeah, we got some radish down below and some of the lower rows, and a few other things we're interplanting that we harvested, you know, some spots that are free.
Right, we planted out some of our extra squash, as well as some extra tomatoes in some of those spots as well.
Yep, and almost all the cucumbers. The rest of those will be going out this fall. We did do a second round of cucumbers, all of the same varieties that we have been trying.
And then we did modules, so we're doing modules. Yeah, we started a bunch of trays of some seeds. So we're hitting the lettuce game again. It's time for some new lettuce. Probably a little bit late, but that's all right. We're still enjoying our lettuce from the spring. So it's like gone almost. And now I'm just like, we need it. Yep. So just all the same: super red romaine, the La Rosa leaf, ruby red leaf, bronze mignonette, and the red romaine. Yep. So got a bunch of those. Those have all done really well for us. I mean, what do you think as far as like leaf or the like romaine head lettuce? Which is your favorite? The leaf's definitely all my favorite. Yeah, I really like this one, but I feel like we saw more, or the bronze mignonette. But I feel like we saw a lot more of the Lola Rosa and the ruby red. Yeah. You like the Lola Rosa leaf. I really do. Yeah. Yeah. Seems to do really well. But yeah, so that's our lettuce. Definitely always excited for some fresh lettuce. So, and that'll do great in the fall. So, then some onions, right? Yep, trying onions again. Third time's the charm. Yeah. 5th, 17th. Yeah. For some reason the ruby red onions don't really germinate really well, especially with trays of other other greens and stuff that germinate pretty quickly. But. But yeah, we'll do some onions, see how those do for us, and some more greens. My pak choy, purple pak choy. Planted some more of that. Got some kohlrabi, so another leafy green / root crop, brassica. So we're going to be planting some of that. Those are cold hardy. So
Then we got some new basils. We got, I believe, lemon and Thai holy basil. So we planted a few modules of those, or
yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes,
I think so. But yeah, some new basil. So we've been growing 2 different varieties. So this is 2 new varieties that we're excited to try out and see how they do.
Yep. And then we have some beets.
2 different kinds of new beets. I've had rainbow beets in the past, but wanted to try 2 new varieties, so we've got those. What are they? Cylindra and
Flat of Egypt.
Flat of Egypt. Nice looking beets.
Oh yeah. Then we have cilantro.
Yep, some slow bolt cilantro. So I like cilantro a lot. You're not a huge fan, but I'm gonna be eating some fresh cilantro this fall.
And we have
Romanesca.
Yep. So, well, we planted a bunch of brassicas actually, but
yeah, they kind of got destroyed by the heat. The summer heat kind of got the best of them, and we don't have the greatest kind of controlled germination environment right now. So we kind of have to put everything outside and find some shade for it, and even that with 100-degree days can get a little daunting for seedlings. So. But yeah, we planted some more of that. Definitely excited for that, and that's a really cool variety. So hopefully
we didn't have any of this make it to the first round, right? Okay.
They all died. Yep.
Okay. All right. And then I think that's all that we have planned.
Yeah, I think we're gonna plan out a few of our remaining squashes and stuff like that.
Yes.
But I think that's pretty much everything. I don't think we have really any other specific plants or varieties that we're planting out.
I am going to start the strawberries soon. Those white strawberries. I don't know where they are right now. You can see them in the seed haul video. But I do need to get those started. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. And we'll show you the map and show you what we have planned and what's changed.
One thing I did just think of too, and one thing a lot of people might think of is missing from our fall garden would be spinach. So some other leafy greens like that, and we'll probably end up starting our spinach just sowing it out directly, because spinach is kind of a little tricky to plant out, transplant out, but that's one thing we'll be planting out later when it cools down, because it's still 100 degrees here in the south, so
still a little warm.
Still a little warm. So.
We're also planting out tango. Forgot about that.
Yeah, we plan to plant out. Here is some tango lettuce. This is a really good lettuce that I've overwintered a few times, and it does really well. Get greens all through the winter, so probably plant some of that out. But yeah, let's show them the map. All right, so here's the garden map we've drawn here. You can see pretty much the entire perimeter lined by cucumbers, which is one of our absolute favorites. So we've still got cucumbers and cucamelons growing along the sides. We've still got kale on the first row and a few other watermelons and melons and stuff up there. But a lot of this is free space that we'll be planting some of our transplants into, and potentially spinach and stuff like that later. So row 2 here. We've got some shiso and herbs, and then we're going to plant the dragon tongue beans there and the Chinese long beans above them. So this was kind of right below where the corn was. So planting some beans there below. We've got some okra in that bed as well. We're planning to plant the turnips here, and then the black garbanzo beans. And that's pretty much new stuff on this row. This row continuing onto the back side of the garden, this has a lot of different squash, so I'm not sure we have too much space in there right now. Continuing on to the next row, we've got some of our tomatoes here with some companion plants and marigolds and stuff like that. We're going to plant a radish there. You can see we've got some mini bell peppers, more tomatoes, and additional radish. Some eggplants. I think we actually have some, yeah, there's eggplants. So let's see, what else do we have here? We've got our brassicas and some arugula, but I think this section here is going to be a free one soon. And then this section, we do have some open space on the backside, but this is all new ground here. So it's not been the most productive, but we might plant some stuff out here. It also gets a little shaded over here, but so a lot of this space is free as well. So row number 4, we've got some more tomatoes here in this row. I think we have 3 different varieties. You can see some, what does that say, eggplants, dragon tongue beans, we've got some okra surrounded by squash and onions. We've got some Egyptian spinach here, some onions, there's the tomatoes, and then we're gonna have our tango lettuce and additional lettuce in here, and then we've got our peppers. And then peppers, bok choy, and lettuce over here. And we're gonna plant some squash, and I think we've already got a watermelon there. So again, free space on this side to plant some extra stuff. And 5th row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, just making sure. We've got beets and some more herbs like shiso, some lettuce. Our asparagus is there, some red vein sorrel, and some other greens are there currently. We've got scarlet kale and a few other kales, some cabbage and broccoli there as well. Onions still in the ground, okra, and some Swiss chard here in the corner. I'm not sure this row has too much space, but we might end up later in the season planting some stuff out there. Again, a pretty free space here, but once again, this lower corner really gets a lot of shade, so it's kind of difficult to grow most crops there. But we might plant out over there as well. And final row is pretty much all strawberries at this point, besides obviously the cucumbers along the edge. And I think that's pretty much everything. Alright, so that's it, everyone. That's our fall garden plan and maybe a little bit of what we planted out so far. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and definitely let us know what you're growing in your fall garden this year. We'd definitely love to hear it. And we'll see you next time, everybody. Thank you.